Why would you buy a forecasting system? Chances are most of you are on Excel. Got some pretty heavy Excel models, and they might be a bit cumbersome, but they work. So why do people move onto another platform, onto a forecasting platform? One of the key reasons is workflow. Not all the systems have it. Jedox and some others do have it. What do I mean by workflow? Well, we've all been in the situation where late at night, you've got your budget template, you've got your Excel budget template, and you need to send it out to 20, 30 managers, perhaps globally. Many businesses operate in different time zones now. The moment you send that template out on email, you're starting to lose control of the process. And it is a process. People are going to fill in the template, send it back. You don't really know whether they've filled it out yet or not, or whether they're going to do it today or tomorrow, or you have to send out email reminders all the time to them. It's not ideal. Then they fill out the template. Hopefully they don't delete anything on the template, as hopefully you've got it password protected and stuff. Then they send the email template back again. Now you have 20 email templates all on email. So you've got to save them down to a server or a SharePoint or whatever it is that you use. And then you've got to upload them all into one place and pull them back together again. That's quite an effort. Certainly there's plenty of tools in Excel to help you do it, but there's no question it's a manual effort. It takes some concentration, and it certainly takes some time. And only then when you've done that, and there's probably a day or two's work there, do you actually see the results of the forecast and see if it's any good. Chances are people sandbag a bit. You have to go around for a second round, out on the email templates again, back again, correspondence on the email. They're not ideal tools to be controlling this sort of process, especially as your business grows and gets bigger. What does workflow do? Well, with workflow, the template's on the system. The template doesn't go anywhere. People come to the template, and workflow controls who can go where on the system, what's available at any one time, which bits they fill out. They can only fill out the bits that relate to their part of the business. You can send out email reminders directly from the system to remind them to come to the template, to give them instructions. And they can, when they've finished filling out their part of the forecast, they can submit, and they can put a comment on and explain the assumptions behind their forecast. And that immediately gets workflowed to their, whoever's reviewing the forecast, maybe the CFO. So it's a very controlled process. You can see at any one time who hasn't submitted their forecast, who has, what comments they put on. You can approve their forecast, you can reject it, send it back with comments. It's a very interactive flow. It's all happening in one place. You get up in the morning, you come to your desk, you look at the workflow, and you can see what's happened overnight. Maybe the guy in Australia put the forecast in overnight with some comments. You're going to see that immediately when you come in. You don't have to worry about waiting for him to get up and having the 10-hour time delay. So it's a much more controlled process. Once they've submitted it, they can't change it. Once you've approved it, it can't be changed. So you've got some control over the process, and you can take it up to a second level as well, approval by maybe the CEO or the finance committee. So you've got a lot of control over the process. What does that mean? It means less manual effort. It means faster turnaround, faster cycle times, and a higher quality of input, a higher quality of dialogue. You're moving from it being a manual process, producing a forecast, to actually more of a strategic intelligence-led process, where you're actually thinking about what the actual content of the forecast, not the production of it. And that's where the efficiencies come. You change manual process into giving yourself time to think. And certainly in the modern age, in every finance department I've seen, that time to think is all too precious. So workflow adds real value. And that's one of the key reasons why people move to these systems.